Bible's our go-to survival guide. Of course, it's a lot more than that, but it's not less. When we find ourselves lost in an emergency, our minds sprint for survival manuals, reality survival shows, or maybe some movie about a downed bush pilot. But in our spiritual lives, when disaster strikes or we lose our bearings, it needs to be the Word of God we run for. This guide is structured a little different, which should be expected. It's designed to help us through different problems. The Bible's a story, and by and large, it helps us through story. Not fairy tales or myths, but a story played out on the pages of human history. Real events, divinely orchestrated for our good. And like most good books, the opening scene is quite the attention grabber. Think about the speed of the creation event in Genesis chapter 1. In 25 verses and a handful of commands, we go from nothing to a known universe
measuring 93 billion light years,
filled with 1 billion trillion stars, every physical law instituted, a planet covered with 400,000 species of plants, crawling with over 8 million species of animals. But then one creature on this vibrant globe floating somewhere in the midst of this unimaginably colossal universe brings the story to a screeching halt. For the rest of chapter 1, the author takes great care to describe the events surrounding mankind's creation. But even that's not enough. He slows yet again, and for an entire chapter puts a magnifying glass over this life form's beginning. We need to ask why. The author is not going to let us miss the point of what just happened. He goes to great pains to illuminate the eternally beautiful truth behind this part of creation, a truth that takes center stage as the rest of the biblical story unfolds. God is saying something about himself, and he's saying something about this person that is to be defined by having been created in the image of his creator. Through poetry, through prose, through narrative, Moses presents to us a God who exists in intimate relationship and paints a vivid picture of a human race given the unique capacity to enter into and experience that same intimacy. Now, to say that a unique relationship with the Creator is at the core of what it means to be created in the image of God is a big claim. And it's made even bigger when the idea is presented as the main theme of the Bible. Which is why in chapter 1, we're going to look at how Moses answers the question, what does it mean to bear the image of God?